Alright, hello and welcome everybody to That's in Flight tonight. We're here in, going to be doing Toronto, Montreal. Let me just open vPilot. Okay, flight plan. About an hour and 10 minutes, I think, roughly. Roughly about 2 hours of fuel. Alright, let's do that in a second. Let me connect to the network. So we're just getting catering done here. It's early morning in Toronto. This one's done. We're waiting on the last one, and then we'll get the boarding started. I think I can request it now, and once it finishes, it'll automatically kick in. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments, and I'll try to answer them to the best of my ability. Should have a saved route. If I don't, I have to just quickly make one. Okay, I don't. I'll just quickly make it right now. Oh, we don't have anything in Toronto. Alright, well, I guess I'll just disconnect. I won't use it because there's no one even in Toronto, so. Clear those vectors so we don't have ATC. I'm going to request my performance data. Actually, I have to redo that performance data. But yes, if you have any questions, please let me know. I'll try to answer them. And tell me if the visuals and audio are alright, because this is the first time I'm streaming in with the new PC. Alright. So it gives me 270. Alright, we'll just leave it 270, I guess. Should be giving me my speed. My speeds. It's interesting. Our fuel is loaded, so the fuel pumps can come on. Let's try this one more time. If not, I'll just, oh, we have way too much fuel. Let's do, 35,000. That's enough. $350 gave us. There we go. Alright, cool. There's a new V-speeds. Passengers are loaded. The fuel pumps are on. Seatbelt signs can come on. So that's good there. Let's go through our checklist real quick.
TCAS test pass.
So oxygen checked, flight instruments are checked. Flight door is closed and locked. MCP is set. The takeoff speeds are set. Super flight is completed. Trim is 4. The hydraulics are off, so I'll do that later. But the trim we have, and taxi takeoff briefing has been completed. I know this video says, the title says in VATSIM, but there's no one online in VATSIM right now, or so I would be doing a VATSIM flight. Yeah, all we have is the ATIS here in Toronto. I know one in Montreal, so there's no point. Looks like we still have to load some cargo, and then we'll be good to go. We're in the 706. I think this is kind of one of their older airplanes that they have in their fleet. I'm using Active Sky 16, Orbex North America, and also using FTX Global and PTA tool as well, and obviously the Flight Tampa, Toronto, and Pmdg 777. APU is running. We can take off the ground power and all that stuff. Make sure that parking brake's still set. Get the altimeter really quick on my app that I have at 2984. That can't be right. Let me make sure my weather engine is running properly. Yeah. Okay, I think this app is just off. Oh, it says 2980 now. That's why. Alright. That's better. So we have the doors, brake source, that'll come on with our hydraulics, and the hydraulics engine and TCAS. So I'll give myself clearance to start up the hydraulics. I'll bring up the hydraulics page. If I can find it. There we go. So 3000, the light is extinguished, the left one. Light off, center 1 and 2. And center air 1 and 2. Okay, hydraulics are powered. I'll set my trim while I don't forget. A trim of 4. Oh, that's already set. Alright, perfect. That's default trim. Do more engine fire tests and APU tests to be safe. So we're just waiting for the boarding and we'll be good to go and push back. Looks like the back is done. Just waiting on the front. Last one for the front side as well. So probably another minute. Okay, the bridge can be disconnected. I'm going to close the back cargo and bulk door. We'll just wait for the last cargo to be put in. We'll start a pushback. There it is. We'll close that. We want nose right. There we are. All the doors are closed. We'll make sure the first ones, they're all armed. That's good. I'll head up my track IR. I like that shadow there. That looks nice. Thinking of maybe doing it on the co-pilot side. I never really fly in the side ever. I can't taxi from the side at all. Not really that good at it. Alright, so we'll pull away from the gate a little bit first, and then we'll start up our engines. And we'll do it in sequence of 2 then 1, so right engine then left engine. Alright, we'll start number 2. See, the N2 is rising here. N2 is where our bleed comes from, our bleed air. Around 34 to 35, the fuel flow will really start to kick in. The N1 will start to rise a lot. There it is, 34. Fuel flows in. N1 rising, EGT is rising. Oil pressure, oil temperature, vibrations didn't exceed the normal, so that's good as well. Start a cutout on number 2. And EGT is lowering back. Alright, so that's a good start, number 2. Let's go number 1. So positive N2. .34 fuel flow, EGT N1, vibration will also kick up there, and they don't exceed, that's great. Temperature and pressure will rise. And good start number 1. We'll head it back over to the captain's side. Because I like the taxi from this side, we'll hit up flaps 5. I'll bring up our flight control page. You know what, actually I'll bring it over here. We can test ailerons left, ailerons right, elevators up, elevators down, rudder left, rudder right, neutral, and we'll just set the speed brakes. I like to do that for myself, just make sure these spoilers deploy properly. Okay, so we can hit our checklist again. Before taxi, anti-ice is on auto. It is above 25 degrees, so we don't need that. Recall is checked over the TCAS. Flight controls are checked. Ground equipment they are clearing them, so we're good there. And we'll leave that there. Alright, so we'll start our taxi. Over to 24 right. You get going really fast when you're really light, I forgot about that. And you can see we have Toga armed on both. Takeoff, go around. LNAV and VNAV are armed as well. Or Toga is active. The LNAV, VNAV are armed. And our flight director. And we're not in VATSIM, so we don't have to worry about we don't have to worry about any traffic or anything like that. APU's on cooldown, and soon we'll probably get the cabin ready signal. Little chime that'll come in. Okay, the APU's been off now. There's cabin ready. We'll hit up our nav lights. Oh, I think it's turning daytime, so the lights get turned off instantly. Shadow. Looks pretty cool. And then we'll take this right turn here. So before takeoff checklist, flaps are 5, and that's it. We're set that. Takeoff checklist is completed then. And there's no one online, as I said. There's no one, I'm not even on VATSIM, so we'll do the runway entry procedure. Here we are, 2-4 right. Inch up the power a little bit. You get really really light, so the engines are really strong in this airplane, so a little bit of power is needed for this airplane at low weight. Here we are on the center line. So no traffic, let's put the power up. Sorry if you hear my throttle squeaking there, it's kind of annoying. I gotta loosen that up, maybe put some oil in it or something. Engines are stable, tow gut. Better than I'm pressing the right pedal as I'm moving my chair. Thrust set, 80 knots. We have a D-rated takeoff today at 15% less. V1, rotate. There we are on our way to Montreal, positive rate, gear up. This plane's really powerful. I'm going to climb a bit more here. And usually you get vectors out of Toronto, but I keep saying this, but we're not in VATSIM. I'm going to stop saying that, but we're not in VATSIM, so we don't have vectors. I'm just going to let it follow the departure SID. We have passed flaps 5, so we're going to go to flaps 1. Gears up. And I'm going to clear myself up to my cruise of, I'm going to go 320. Oh no, it wanted 350, but I'm going to go 320. Pass flaps up, we'll go flaps up now. Airplane's very powerful, especially at these low altitudes here. And now we're direct our first waypoint of Savior. Let's go to TCAS, put my weather radar on as well. There was some showers earlier, but I think it's cleared up for the most part now. I'm also going to be getting that effects package, FSFX. It's not updated yet for V4, but once it is, I'm going to be installing it here as well. So I don't get those weird layers. Oh, my mouse fell. I don't get those weird layers of condensation and shadows and that stuff that happens right now, like that, right there. Not yet updated, so don't have it just set. Look, we have some weather out to the right here, but we should be fine. And 10,000 feet's approaching, so we can head up. Oh, track IR on, forgot about that. Landing lights can come off. Leave the strobes on a little bit, and I'm going to leave the seatbelt on because of that. We might have to deviate, so looks like there's going to be no meals today. There probably wouldn't be any meals anyways to Montreal. It's like an hour, so. Oh, start my clock. Forgot about that. I always forget about the clock. I can do everything. I remember everything except for that clock. If you have any questions, leave in the comments as well. I'll be sure to answer them. Yeah, looks like we have some weather ahead. I might deviate around it. We'll see here. I'll get this ready if we need to. Yep, I'm going to take it through there. And hopefully that'll get us around it. We have to turn left actually anyways, so that's fine. We'll just do it a bit earlier. Gotta do something about these frame rates. It's a bit lower than I'd like them to be, but especially when I look at Toronto. But that's fine. We're gonna be leaving it, so. So after takeout checklist, the gear is up, the flaps are up, the auto brakes are for some reason other than off. I think I saw them in RTO. Strobes can come out. And we're gonna go. Now it's just cruising on to Montreal. Sorry, can't answer the call. Worst time to get a Skype call. That was pretty funny. Alright, passing 18,000 feet, we'll go to standard mode. Well, it's climbing pretty fast today. Sorry about that. Let me move Skype over to my other account here. So we have a lot of rain to the left and right of us. Hopefully we should be on the edge of it. We should be fine. That wind is pushing us a little bit. Let's see if I put my FPV. Yeah, our nose is a bit to the right. I'm gonna go a bit left, a little bit more. Passing 26,000 now. And we're doing Montreal 11:02. So about 40 minutes. What's a neat feature is this time preview thing that P3D gives you. I can just take the time and do whatever I want with it, which is kind of cool. I love it like this. I might actually keep it like that because that's really nice. But yeah, it's a really cool feature. See some lightning below us there. I'll put it back to what we had it though. It's becoming daytime. No, the 777 does not do this flight anymore. The A330 does it now, unfortunately, but I want to do it because I don't have the A330 yet. So, yeah. But thanks for that question. You want to see realistic flights? I don't feel like doing 8 hours of sitting, but maybe one day. I could do Toronto Vancouver. That is a real flight. Vancouver back to Toronto. They do that. That's about a 4-hour flight. That's a real flight that they do. I can do, what else do they do? They used to do Montreal with the 777. Then they went on to Brussels or somewhere in Europe. But I guess I can just be replicating that. Looks like we're done for the storms, so I'll hit it back on. I'll put it back on the course for LNAV, and we'll head on back that way. But yeah, so I can do Toronto, Vancouver. I'll do that one day. I'm also going to be doing a very, very unrealistic flight of Amsterdam to Corfu. The reason being I bought Corfu not knowing that's a small airport, and I'm going to use it no matter what. So, but get my money's worth. But I'm going to do that flight, which will be a fun one. I might do that with an A320 when that comes out for V4 as well, or the 737. Because it'd probably get more realistic than a 747 landing there, but I'm going to do that. But yeah, I'm going to do kind of short flights. I don't have a long time to spend here, but kind of short flights, little fun flights. These little short flights, you get everything you have in a long flight, really. I mean, all you're missing is the 8 hours of just doing nothing. So in these 2-hour flights, you get preparation, startup, taxi, takeoff, climb, cruise, descend, approach, landing, taxi, parking, shutdown. You get all those in any flight you really do. So that's the main stuff to practice anyways. No, this isn't VATSIM. I checked on VATSIM. The VAT map was completely empty in Toronto. We had the ATIS up, and so I decided not really worth just going on the Unicom channel to do nothing. That's a high cloud, jeez. That's like 36,000, maybe higher actually. We'll hit up LNAV. That should get on course. LNAV is armed right there. Hopefully we get nice frames in Montreal. Toronto wasn't too terribly bad. I do have a lot of add-ons running, and I'm going to have to lower the settings a little bit. Even with the 1080 I'm running, it's still can't do it. So I don't even have the settings that high. I think I have AutoGen at medium. The other stuff is at dense, and great time for a phone call. But I'll have to do something about it. I was getting about 25 frames, which is pretty good for Toronto, but Yeah, I do hate when ATC comes on too. I'll check right now. Let's see. I can't obviously join mid-flight, but I can check right now. Toronto still has... They got ATIS, and Montreal has nothing, so that's still the same as last time. But, yeah. We're like... I have a new PC now, and I was expecting like 40 frames and stuff, but I guess DCS, or not DCS, I guess P3D is not optimized enough, because in DCS, another sim I play, which is Combat Sim, which is a very good one, by the way, I got 40 frames plus, and I was already getting 30 to 50 in that area. I'm getting 90 now plus, which is very good sim, that DCS there. Highly recommend if you're into combat airplanes or into combat just like dogfighting, BVR stuff. Very good. Or if you just want like combat aircraft just to fly around, it's good sim as well. The F-18 will be getting released soon. The F-14 will be getting released soon. The Harrier will be getting released soon. They have the A-10C Warthog, which is a great simulation over there. They have tons, I think the best chopper models ever in DCS. Any chopper, if you're a chopper fan, DCS is for you. They have the Huey, the Mi-8, the K-50. Great choppers over there. Yeah, P3D is kind of FSX updated, but I can shift between screens, which is very good. You can Alt-Tab in P3D, which I would never be able to do in FSX, and that's a small feature, but I like it. And the 64-bit stuff helps with out-of-memory errors and that kind of stuff too. Although I think that's what turned me off of long-haul flights, because I was doing long-haul flights 8+ hours, and at 20 feet. You know, it counts it out 50, 40, 30, 20. At 20 feet, I got a great out-of-memory error, and I think that's what turned me off out of long hauls from then on, because I'm just like, well, what's the point? I do all this stuff for nothing. So, and the great thing about P3D is it's actually a stable platform, so I can do this all I want. I'm probably going to jinx myself, but in FSX, I did that, and it would crash on me. So, very good. You see our top of climb is here. We're actually, oh, see, it because it said for us to be at 35,000. I went to 32, so our top of climb would have been there. Our top of descent is there, so I'll descend just at here at McGill instead. It's just a little bit less distance. The Q400, yeah, it's pretty good. They don't have it for V4 either. I can't speak. They don't have it for V4 either right now, I don't think. But it's a good one. It's pretty fun. I never really got into it too much, just because I'm more of the turbofan engine kind of stuff, or fighters. But it is definitely a really good sim if you're into that stuff. Probably the best one for those turboprop airplanes. And I also have Fly Tampa Montreal, which is a very good scenery as well. We're going to have cloud cover, I think, the whole way there. Let me quickly check the altimeter over there in Montreal. I'll check the weather. I have an app called Station WX. It's free. That's pretty good. Montreal's IFR, Toronto's VFR apparently right now. And altimeter is about 10 knots, light rain and mist. Overcast at 4,000 feet, visibility 2 miles, so that'll be great. But yeah, Station WX, that's the app I use. I'm on iPhone. It's a free app. I think they have it for Android as well. Looks like we have no weather though. No rain in our flight plan just yet. Low visibility, yeah, in Toronto, or in Montreal, it's pretty low. It's about 2-mile visibility. Is what they're saying. Shouldn't be too bad. I mean, in this airplane, in real life they're not allowed to, or even in real life that could happen though. I mean, it can land itself, so for safety reasons they don't do it. But I mean, in theory, the plane could fly when the minimums are, you know, zero visibility, because it just knows where it's going. But I'll go ahead and turn that off just manually, just to make sure. Yeah, it would have said it here anyways, but... Yeah, the 777 is pretty fun. I haven't been in it in a while. I haven't been doing a lot of flight sim stuff. Been focusing on getting a computer because my old one, I had it for 7 years and it was just so old and it didn't work that nicely. But I got back into 777 about last week, 2 weeks ago, maybe. Like fully got back into it. And it's been pretty good. I'm starting to forget stuff, but it's slowly coming back. So I'll probably make mistakes. If I do, just let me know. The thing I always forget is the clock and on takeoff and the minimums. I always forget that. I don't know why, but I do. It's very strange. It's even in the checklist and I miss it. Yeah, I could do that if I wanted to. I can change it. I can go ahead. If it even lets me do it. Okay, it won't let me do it. It doesn't like me. Yeah, what it says goes. It's okay. Whatever. I'll leave it there. These don't mind. These don't bother me. Yeah, I can set the minimums now, and those raindrops would be really good. I do want those the raindrops on the windshield. I can't wait for that. I think Toronto. Let me see Montreal. I keep saying Toronto. Montreal. 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 Let me see right here. I believe Montreal is like 400 feet higher than Toronto, if I'm not mistaken. No. 1 second. I could be way off, actually. Let me see. I am way off. It's the other way around, I think. Alright, getting up to our top of descent. I'm just going to initiate it here at McGillow. And no ATC, so... Yep, I know, got it. No ATC, so I'll head on down to 3,000. And I'll aim my descent if I need to with the vertical speed, and I'll hit the arriving waypoint at 3,000. I'll get this plugged in before I forget. We'll get the auto brakes to 2. Recall is checked. Notes are checked. Auto brakes are 2. Landing data VREF is 137 at flaps 30, and I'll get the minimums plugged there in a second. Approach briefing is completed. Perfect. Descend. Descend. Does that say there? Yes, okay. There we go. Cool, cool. Yeah, the altimeter I put down after I pass 18,000 feet. But we could always do it now. It's just for VATS and purposes, but I can do that now. 2991 is Montreal. So just one below. Perfect. Visibility is 8 miles now, so that cleared up. Wind has gone down to 7 knots, which is good. And I might have to change runways here because it looks like they're using not 2-4. So I might have to change that as we get closer. We'll see. Oh, back to 2 mile visibility. Perfect. This app might be way off, but we'll see. Massive storm over there. Doesn't look that nice. Let's see where my... Yeah, see, that's a bit far, but I might... It's coming down, so that'll be fine. For now. Might have to take manual control at the vertical speed, but should be fine, I think. Unless we have to change our runway. Can't wait till Rex stuff comes in, the soft clouds and all that stuff. I got that all ready to go. Alright, minimums, gotta look it up again. I'm gonna set... You know what, I believe if I just set, I think 850 is what I use for Montreal usually, if I'm not mistaken. Wish I had a chart in front of me here. Airport elevation is 100 feet, apparently, so that's way too high. You just said, we'll just leave it at that, I guess, that's fine. Yeah. I just had the altimeter plugged in there, and when I pass 18,000, I'll plug it in right there. Let's see, I'll just take this. We'll scroll it on back here. Might need a bit speed brake help, so I'll do that. Yes, it does, because it's about to start climbing again. Or descending. Or, can't speak. Leveling off here. So I'll put this down here. There we go. That's good. That should be enough. Alright, so altimeters should be set when we pass 18. The minimums are there. Auto brakes, that's all good to go. Now just don't F up the landing. Alright, that's a nice descent rate. That's a lot of weather. I hope no one's flying in that. There's some lightning. I'm also using track IR. I can be using that on the approach. For right now I have it off. I actually like using the mouse. And if you hear my throttle in the approach, actually I'm not going to use this throttle, I'm going to use the auto throttle to do the 777 procedure there, but I was going to say if you hear it during the taxi, it squeaks a lot. I have a Thrustmaster Warthog, and I think I have to oil it up or something. It's kind of squeaking, it's sticking a little bit. Yeah, so that's, I don't want to be 3,000 there, so I might just take this out a little bit here. There we go. That's fine there. Because we have to go all the way around if we're still doing too far right. If we're not doing too far right, then that was perfect. But I'm going to get back on the weather right here. Let's see if... Oh, whoops, wrong thing. Yeah. Just want to see outside here. Looks pretty nice. Very good job, PMDG. Like always. I don't know what this weird lines are. I want to get rid of these. Look kind of annoying. This is a very cool view in the 747 because you see a nice big engine right here. But it's pretty cool in that one as well. I'm gonna get rid of this weather radar for now. It's green all the way, so light rain. We're good though. Make you want to fly? Yeah, it's definitely pretty fun. This 777's great. Too bad there's no one on VATSIM, or else I would have did it, but Toronto's usually dead in terms of VATSIM. I might hopefully wake up tomorrow early enough to get people online in Europe, and I'll do maybe some flights over there. I haven't used my Amsterdam scenery enough, so I want to use that. I haven't used my Vienna scenery enough, and I haven't used my Corfu scenery at all. I just bought it, so I'll try that out as well. Passing 18,000, we'll hit that now. We're in 2991. I'll just check that that's still active because it might change. 2991, yep, perfect. 16 degrees out there. And overcast at 4,000 feet, so we'll be at 3,000 feet, so hopefully we'll be able to see some stuff. And broken clouds at 800 feet. Well, the approach checklist is already completed, but I'll leave that blank just for now. Get a bit closer. I'm good. I can't wait to do this flight in an A330 because that's what Air Canada actually uses for it. I don't know if they do Toronto, Montreal, Montreal back to Toronto, or they do Toronto, Montreal, and then somewhere over to London or something like that. But whatever they do, I'm going to be doing it in the 330 as soon as Aerosoft releases it. It'd be great to have that, and especially if they do it in the new livery, the new Air Canada livery. I can't wait for that livery to be on every airplane I own. The 747, I know we don't have it at Air Canada, but it does look amazing in that livery. We used to have it. The 777 looks good in it, and that 87 that's coming out probably look amazing in it as well. By quality wings. A lot of good airplanes coming out this summer, this year. The Harrier, I believe, is coming out this year for DCS. The 87's coming out was announced, rumored for this summer, so can't wait till that. The A330, I still have no idea when that's coming out. I think I'm gonna speculate around October, December, but because I think they entered beta, might be earlier than that. But it'd be a great Christmas gift, that's for sure. I don't do enough flights from this side. I should probably start. I just got to get my centering of the... I can't tell what's the center line just yet on this side. I'm kind of too used to this side now. You're FMC. What aircraft are you using? If you're using a default airplane, they probably won't work. But this is a paid airplane by it's called Pmdg, is the company. I can link it in a second. But depending on what airplane you're using, some developers don't let you use the FMC in it. There's 9,000 feet, and I just broke the only rule that I have to follow without VATSIM. That's fine. I'll put that a bit more. And looks like we might have some rough weather, so I'm just going to hit that up. Alright, approach checklist is completed already. It was 2991. I'm just going to double check that just to be sure. (2991), that's still there. Cool. That's checked, and we'll go to normal. We'll leave it there for now. Yeah, this is track IR. I never used to have it for flight sim, but then I went over to DCS and I fly with a squad over there. And as soon as you hop in a fighter and you try to dogfight without track IR, you're done before you even started. So track IR is mandatory for fighting, dogfighting and combat sims, and it's just kind of an added bonus for P3D and VFR flying, especially with those A2A aircraft as well, really helps. I don't play other games as of yet, but other sims, as I said, DCS. I do have X-Plane 10, but I don't touch it that much. P3D, and that's kind of it for right now. We're getting some pretty bad frames. Oh well. Still got plenty of fuel. I took a bit too much, but that's in pounds though, so that's fine. Just gonna extend this descent just so we get near Lana. Might leave the autopilot in a little bit because I can't see anything, but if I need to, I could just fly the flight director, so. Light rain, that looks pretty strong. This is where that raindrop effect on the windshield would come in handy. Would look amazing. I was wondering, like, why does that line keep going forward? It has vectors plugged in automatically for the VATSIM. Hey, Omar. Localizer's armed. Alright, we'll leave it like that until we start our glide slope. Better go back in unless so I don't mess up here. And localizer's alive there. I'll go ahead and press the approach. Cabin ready. That power coming up to hold that angle. Not much. Everything, Europilot. What's up with you? Just on the final here for runway 24 right at Montreal. Pretty short flight, only 40 minutes in the air, but we're here. The glide slope's turned solid magenta, so that'll start coming down real soon, and we'll get the flap 15 gear down on the glide slope. Just so I don't want that high AOA. Make a good landing, I'll try. We'll see. I have no excuses except for the wind. Yeah, I gotta turn down these settings a bit. I mean, it looks great, but... Well, I'm not getting too low, but... Make it night. Do you want to see it nighttime? Probably gonna crash the sim out. That's nighttime. Doesn't really look that great, actually, does it? Well, it's very bright. Alright, glide slope. And we'll start descending flaps 15. We'll gear down, runway should be straight ahead of us, over there. Speed brakes are armed, landing gear are coming down, and the flaps will be 30 as well. Yeah, I know. I like day though, because I gotta get my night settings sorted out. It's pretty gusty. Eight knots crosswind. I still don't see the runway, but it's probably in front of us somewhere. In the clouds over there. Should pass the IKEA. There it is. IKEA. Well, we'll get some hot dogs after. There it is. I had to point that out, I'm sorry. Runway in sight right there. We'll go flaps 30. So gears down, flap set, altimeter, my last checks right now to make sure. Line check is completed, 2991. That's still set, perfect. And that auto throttle is doing a very bad job. Like almost stall bad job here. I might have to take manual control of this. Land 3, roll out and flare are armed. There it is coming back. I don't know why it dipped so low. Alright, enable track IR. Let's see, first landing in a while. I know you gotta be 5 above, but these airplanes, for some reason, when I have them, if I'm 5 above on that throttle, it'll just keep floating, so. This Thrustmaster Warthog really helps with these airplanes. Very precise. There's that minimums coming up. Now the hardest part is going to be where I'm going to park, because I have no idea where I'm going in Montreal. I'll just find a gate. Actually, I'll use GSX. I'll stop talking.
Approaching minimums. Minimums.
Runway in sight, landing. Oh, no graphic glitch there. Only too far right, there it is.
100.
We didn't mess up. 50 over the threshold, hopefully. Almost there.
40. 30. 20. 10.
And touch. And reverse, kick in please. My button's not working. Reverse, there it is. There are 100 knots. Hardest parts out of the way, 80 knots, 70 knots, 60, reverse out. Auto brakes can come out as well, because we got to make that turn here. Manual braking. There we are. Welcome to Montreal. Flaps can come up, speed brakes. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. But I need to focus on this for a second. Click, there we go. Wasn't too bad, I don't think. Auto throttle is on, yes. I've seen many videos with auto throttle on in the 777, so that's... I used to do manual power, and I've seen a lot of videos with the auto throttle on, so that's why I do it now. I believe it's normal procedure for it's on. But if the pilot wants, they can take control. Right, so no traffic. I have all my traffic turned off because too much frame loss, so we'll just head up forward here. And I'll stop. So yeah, the auto throttle is a great thing in the 777 and the 47. I know in the 47 they usually take them off, the auto throttle, but in the 777 I've seen it on more often than not, so I leave it on now. And at 30 feet, 30 to 40 feet, it'll actually go idle for you, so that's a great feature. I'm going to stop here and I'll request a follow me car, just because I do love the follow me car. I find it fun to follow it. Let's see, I don't think actually any airport or any place in Montreal is big enough for a 777 in the scenery. In real life, obviously it is. But I could never find one in GSX. Oh, here's one. Follow me. I'm parking in a cargo area. Oh well, that's the only one I found that can fit, so I'll do that one. All the gates, all the usual gates the 777 park in are apparently too small for GSX. I don't know why, but they are. And we'll just do a little bit. We'll slap this over here. And make sure we'll turn those off. Weather radar is off. TCAS is off, so no radiation being emitted there. There's that follow me car here. The AP is on and starting up. Yeah, so when you put in your arriving airport, whoa, hello. When you put in your arrival airport, it will, where did that guy go? It will calculate the altitude of the, I think, of the elevation of the runway, I believe, and it'll just idle. Or actually, you know what? It probably uses the radar altimeter, actually. That's probably more like it. Alright, I'll put the power up a little bit. I like this view. I wish I had another screen of just that view. That'd be great. And get rid of those minimums. Oh look, he's signaling left. That's kind of cool. I like that. See, if there's no raindrops, I actually just noticed that it's raining because I don't see it. Let's try to ace this parking. I've never done a good parking job before. Actually, I've done it once. I'm either too far to the right, too far to the left, not far enough in there, something like that. Oh, that looks kind of funny. This guy's probably taking me around the whole airport here. It's about to be like a 20-minute taxi. Actually, the vehicles are right there, so I'm going to concentrate on this here. Oh, there's no marshaller. And no guide. So, let me see if I get this right here. You gotta be more to the right and I'll come back to the left. Hopefully this will be fine. Oh well, if it's not. That's kind of weird. There's usually a guide here, but I think that should be fine. Well, I'm going to say it's fine. APU's on, so that can come off. Right. Hydraulics. Fuel pumps can come out as well. Packs will leave on just for air conditioning purposes. Park brake is set, so I'll manually check that. We'll hit up the engine page to make sure they're spooling down nicely. Okay. Sweet, we'll get that ground surfaces up. And we'll call the bridge. Or not. Maybe the bridge doesn't work in Montreal. Or I parked terribly, let's see. I probably parked terribly, but... yeah, that's pretty bad. Well, it's almost there. I really don't know where I'm supposed to be because there's no guide, so I probably have to be at that one. But let's see if GSX takes me... Oh, okay, so maybe it wasn't too bad. I did cut the engines. I just requested boarding. Wrong one, wrong one, wrong one. Deboarding. Damn it. Alright, I gotta do this. Restart. Hey T-Gamin. Alright, that restarted. Open back up. Request deboarding. We'll use FedEx to deboard passengers. Only gate open that fits a 777 apparently in Montreal, according to GSX. What's that guy even doing? He's just rubbing that car. What do you need? Oh, cargo door. Okay. Open cargo forward. Hey, thanks, man. Thanks for the sub. Yeah, hopefully I get some more you like out here. We'll be doing a 747 flight in the future. Look for the A330, look for the A320, the 737. Basically, all the major airplanes that are about to come out. You can look for that on my channel when they do, and DCS stuff. But thanks for the sub. Alright. Well, I'm going to call it there. Let me do the last part of the checklist. Let's see. Packs off. Cool. I didn't even open the passenger door, so they're stuck in there. I'll open these ones. Actually, let me see where they're even driving to here. So 1, 2... So 1, 2, the last one. Perfect. Sweet, and they can deboard into the rain. Good old Montreal. And they're actually like deloading VEDX packages. That's kind of funny, out of an airplane. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. I know the 777 doesn't do this flight, but I don't have an A330, so I'm going to make it do the flight. And I hope to see you in the next one. If you have any questions, please leave in the comments, and like, comment, and subscribe. I just said comment, but you know what I mean. So, see you next time. Thank you.